can't believe you threw water on me at Dad's funeral. I'm completely soaked. What were you thinking?
You shouldn't have come.
I'm your sister. I have every right to be here.
Not after disappearing for years. You don't get to show up now like nothing happened.
How could you do this in front of everyone?
You made your choice years ago when you walked away from this family.
I was sick, but still came to pay respects. Does that mean nothing to you?
Sick? Is that what you're calling it now? You weren't there when Mom died either.
Don't bring Mom into this. That was different, and you know it.
You weren't sick for 20 years.
After what happened with Mom, I couldn't stay. Dad understood that.
Did he? Because he never talked about you, never explained where you went.
That's not fair, and you know it.
Fair? You want to talk about fair? Where were you when he had his first stroke?
I sent money for his medical bills every single month.
Money doesn't hold someone's hand in the hospital. Money doesn't comfort someone who can't speak.
You think I don't know that? You think I don't regret not being there?
Then why weren't you? What was so important?
I couldn't be there. You know why.
No, I don't know why. You never explained. You just left.
After what happened with Mom's treatment, after the hospital mistakes, I couldn't face another hospital.
So you left me to handle everything alone, every appointment, every emergency.
I kept in touch with Dad. He understood why I stayed away.
Did he? Because he never mentioned you, not once in all these years.
That was our arrangement. He respected my choices.
Your choices? You abandoned us, left me to handle everything, every decision, every night alone at the hospital.
I sent money for his care every month.
Stop talking about money, like that makes everything okay.
You have no idea what it cost me to stay away. How much I wanted to be there.
Then why didn't you come, even once?
I couldn't face it. Not after Mom. Not after what the doctors did.
I couldn't face it either, but I did it anyway, because that's what family does.
I did what I could, in my own way.
Just leave, you're making everything worse.
Fine, but we need to talk about Dad's care money later.
What about it?
The amount doesn't add up. I've been checking the accounts.
What are you talking about? Are you seriously doing this now?
Check the account records. You'll see what I mean.
Are you accusing me of something at Dad's funeral?
Just check the records. Then we'll talk.
This isn't over.
No, it's just beginning.
Don't show your face here again. How dare you come here?
I only came for the funeral. I'm his daughter.
You lost that right years ago, when you abandoned them both.
You weren't even here then. You don't know what happened.
I know enough. I saw what it did to them.
What exactly do you think you know? You married into this family 5 years ago.
I know you're just here for money, like always.
What do you mean, like always? When have I ever asked for money?
You only contacted him when you needed something. We know about the money he gave you.
That's not true. I've been sending money for Dad's care every month without fail.
Oh, you mean the bare minimum? Well, we did all the real work.
Real work? Like what exactly?
$30,000 isn't enough for years of care. Do you know how expensive everything is? The medications alone.
$30,000? I sent $80,000. What are you talking about?
Now you're making up numbers, trying to look good.
Check the records. Every transfer is documented. Monthly deposits.
You're lying.
Am I? Ask Sam to check. Everything's documented. Every single transaction.
You're just trying to cause trouble on the day of his funeral.
I'm trying to understand where $50,000 went. Dad was supposed to use it for a care facility.
We took care of him just fine. He didn't need a facility. He had family.
With my money, apparently. Money that's now missing.
You don't know anything about care or expenses, about being here every day.
I know more than you think. Way more. About the withdrawals, about the missing funds.
Just stay away. You're not welcome here.
We're not done talking about this. Not by a long shot. The bank records don't lie.
Neither do years of absence.
Don't try to change the subject. This is about the money, and we both know it.
I checked the account history like you asked.
And? What did you find?
You're right about $80,000. The transfers are all there, monthly deposits.
Finally admitting it? After denying everything at the funeral?
I didn't know the total. I only saw what came in monthly.
What happened to it? Where did it go?
Look, it's complicated. Things aren't what you think.
Then explain it to me. Make me understand.
I need to talk to Yvette first. This is complicated.
Why do you need to talk to Yvette? This was Dad's money, not hers.
She's involved in this too. We both are.
You used the money too, didn't you? Tell me the truth.
I can explain. Just let me talk to her first.
No more delays. No more excuses. Tell me now.
Some of it, but not like you think.
That was for Dad's care facility, not your personal piggy bank.
We were desperate. Bills kept piling up. Everything was falling apart.
So you stole from Dad while he was sick?
I know. I messed up.
How much did you take? All of it?
About $10,000, maybe a little more.
For what? What was so important?
Emergency expenses. Bills piling up. I was gonna pay it back.
When? With what money?
When Dad's estate was settled. I thought there would be more.
You were counting on his death? To cover your theft?
Don't say it like that! It wasn't like that!
Then what was it like? Explain it to me.
We were drowning in debt. The house payments, the medical bills.
Did you know about Yvette? The withdrawals?
Not at first. I found out later.
And did nothing. You just let it happen.
She's my wife. What was I supposed to do?
And Dad was your father. Our father. Remember him?
It's not that simple. You don't understand.
I understand perfectly. You chose her over Dad.
You weren't here. You don't know what it was like.
I understand theft. That's what this is.
We were desperate. Everything was falling apart.
So you stole from a dying man. Your own father.
Please, just let me explain everything.
You had your chance. Years of chances.
What are you gonna do?
What I should have done years ago. Take responsibility.
Sam told me, about the accounts.
Finally ready to talk? About where the money went?
The money helped with daily expenses. We had no choice.
It was meant for a care facility, not your personal use, not for whatever you did with it.
We couldn't afford one anyway. Even with $80,000, the house was underwater.
That's not my problem, or Dad's.
Caring for him at home was better, more personal. He needed family.
He needed professional care. That's why I sent the money.
We did our best with what we had.
with what you took from his account.
You don't understand how expensive everything was.
Then show me. Where's the money? Show me the expenses. Every penny.
Things were tight. The house needed repairs. Bills kept coming.
All $50,000 worth? In less than a year? Do you think I'm stupid?
You don't understand. Living here isn't free. The mortgage, utilities.
Neither is a care facility. That's why I sent the money. Be honest. What happened to it?
I had some gambling debts. I needed to pay them. They were threatening me.
What? You used Dad's care money for gambling debts? Are you serious?
I thought Dad's inheritance would cover it. He was a company president, had property.
You gambled away his care money, counting on his death to cover it?
It wasn't like that. I was going to pay it back.
There is no inheritance. Did you even ask him before stealing his money?
That's impossible. He owned property, the company, everything.
He sold everything before dying, only kept the care money, the money you stole. He gave everything else away.
You're lying. There has to be something. Savings, investments.
There isn't. He donated everything to avoid this exact situation. He knew what you were doing.
He can't do that. We have rights.
Not to money he gave away. Not anymore. Not after what you did.
We deserve something. After all we did, all the care we provided.
All you did was steal from your own father-in-law while he was dying, while gambling away his future.
Helen knows about the money. All of it.
How much does she know? Be specific.
Everything. The withdrawals, the gambling. I had to tell her about my part, too.
You told her about your part? Why would you do that? You promised to keep quiet.
She already knew. She had the bank records, every transaction, every withdrawal.
Did you tell her about the casino?
She figured it out. She had all the receipts, everything.
What do we do now? She'll tell everyone.
I don't know, but it's bad. Really bad.
We need a plan. Something to tell people.
Like what? The truth is in the bank records.
Maybe we can explain. Make her understand.
Explain what? That we stole from Dad while he needed care?
Stop calling it stealing. We were going to pay it back.
With what money? The inheritance that doesn't exist?
Most of it. The casino debts. They were pressing for payment.
Then we stole it. That's what this is. We need to face that.
We had no choice.
We always had a choice. We just made the wrong one.
Did you know about Yvette's gambling the whole time?
Not everything. I found out gradually. The signs were there.
Like what signs? Tell me everything.
Money disappearing, secret phone calls, late-night trips.
Were you gambling too, with Dad's money?
Sometimes, with Yvette. It started small.
How small? When did it start?
A few hundred at first, then thousands. It got out of control.
This needs legal action. I'm calling the police.
Please don't. We can work this out as a family.
Family doesn't steal from family. Not like this.
I know we messed up, but prison won't help.
You both stole Dad's care money while he needed it most. For gambling.
I know it was wrong, but it got out of control. We couldn't stop.
How long?
What?
How long were you gambling with his money?
About a year, maybe more. It's all a blur now.
A year of stealing from Dad while pretending to care for him, while I trusted you.
The casino promised big wins. We thought we could fix everything.
That's what every gambler says. Every thief, every liar.
We can fix this. Just give us time.
How? The money's gone. The inheritance is gone. You have nothing left.
Maybe we could sell something. The house equity.
So what? You have nothing left, do you?
We were counting on Dad's estate, his savings.
Dad knew better. That's why he gave everything away. He knew what you'd do with it.
He shouldn't have done that. We're his children. We deserved something.
No, you shouldn't have stolen from your own father while he was dying.
I'll never forgive myself.
Good. Neither will I.
She's gonna report us to the police.
She can't do that. It's a family matter.
It's theft, Yvette. We stole $60,000.
We borrowed it.
Stop saying that. We both know what we did.
What about your part in this? You gambled too.
I know. I told her everything. My $10,000 too.
Why would you admit that? Now we're both implicated.
We were already implicated. The bank records show everything.
What about the last withdrawal? Did you tell her about that?
Which one? There were so many.
The night before he died.
You took more money then? How much?
Another $5,000. I thought I could win it back.
The night before he died? How could you?
I was desperate. The loan sharks were calling.
We've lost everything! Helen, Dad, our integrity!
We still have each other.
Do we? After all the lies?
Just got off the phone with Dad's lawyer. Want to know what I learned?
Helen, please, can we talk about this?
Dad knew about the gambling, about everything.
What do you mean, how?
The bank called him about suspicious withdrawals 3 months ago.
He never said anything to either of us.
That's why he sold everything, why he donated it all.
Did he tell you this? Before he died?
He wrote me a letter, left it with his lawyer.
What else did he say?
That he was disappointed, but not surprised.
What's that supposed to mean?
Remember when you gambled away your college fund? Age 19?
That was different. I was just a kid.
And Mom's jewelry after she died?
Stop.
The pattern was always there. Dad saw it.
Is that why you left, because of my gambling?
I left because of Mom, but maybe I should have stayed, protected Dad from you.
I was supposed to be better. I promised him I would be.
Promises don't mean much when addiction's involved.
I'm not addicted. I could stop any time.
Really? Then why didn't you?
I tried many times.
Not hard enough. Not when it mattered.
What can I do to fix this?
Get help. Real help. Before you lose everything else.
Can you help us financially? Just until we get back on our feet. Please?
No, absolutely not. Don't ask again.
We're family. Family helps family. You have savings.
You stole from family while he was dying. Remember that?
The bank is threatening foreclosure. We'll lose everything.
Like Dad lost his care money, his peace of mind, his trust in his own son.
I can pay it back. Every penny, I promise.
With what money? Your gambling debts aren't paid either, are they? How much do you still owe?
The casino markers are due. $25,000.
After everything you took from Dad, you're still gambling?
Please, we're about to lose everything. The bank is calling. Daily. The loan sharks, too.
You did this to yourselves. Every withdrawal, every bet, every lie.
I was desperate. The debts kept piling up. The threats got worse.
Dad's money wasn't yours to take. It was for his care, his future.
What about your brother? Don't you care what happens to him? He's your only family.
He stopped being family when he chose gambling over Dad.
We can change. We're getting help.
Too late. The damage is done.
The house payments are due. We'll be homeless. Is that what you want?
Don't contact me again. I'm blocking this number. Get help for your gambling, both of you.
Please don't block me too. Let me explain one last time.
There's nothing left to explain. The bank records show everything.
I found Dad's journal. He wrote about you.
Don't.
He missed you. Every day.
Stop trying to manipulate me. You lost that right.
It's the truth. He kept your photo by his bed.
While you stole his money. While you gambled it away. Some son you were.
I know, I failed him. Failed you too.
You failed yourself.
What about family? We grew up together. Remember the good times?
You chose gambling over family. Over Dad. Over everything.
I'm sorry. I really am. Every day I regret it.
Too late. The damage is done.
What should we do? Everything's falling apart. The bank, the creditors.
Figure it out yourselves. I'm done. I can't help you.
Helen, please, don't abandon us. Not now.
Like you abandoned Dad? When you stole his care money? When you gambled it away?
That's different. We were here, taking care of him.
No, it's worse. You were supposed to take care of him. Instead, you stole from him.
We did take care of him every day, through everything.
While stealing from him, while gambling his money. Some care that was.
Please, one last chance.
Goodbye, Sam.
Will you ever forgive us? Can we fix this?
Some things can't be forgiven. Don't contact me again. It's over.
She blocked me. Did she block you too?
Yes, it's over. She's done with us.
The bank left another voicemail. 3 today.
What did they say?
Foreclosure proceedings if we don't pay by Friday.
We lost everything, didn't we?
What do we do now? About everything.
I don't know. We have nothing left. No options.
I found another casino. They're offering credit.
Stop. Just stop. We can't do this anymore.
The bank called again. They want the payment tomorrow. All of it.
We don't have it. Any of it. It's all gone.
Maybe we could try one more time. Just a small bet to cover the payment.
That's what got us here. We have to stop now.
Then what? How do we live?
We face it. All of it. The consequences.
I'm scared, Sam.
Me too. But we have to stop running.
We're in therapy now. both of us, for the gambling.
Good. You need it.
Gamblers Anonymous, 3 meetings a week.
Why are you telling me this?
We lost the house, everything.
I know. I heard.
From who?
Doesn't matter.
I suppose not. I'm sorry. For everything. The stealing, the lies.
Actions have consequences. Remember that.
Yes, they do. Every day.
Goodbye, Yvette. For good this time.
I understand. Goodbye, Helen.
The house is gone. We're staying with friends.
Why are you telling me this?
You're still my sister, despite everything.
That ended when you stole from Dad, when you chose gambling.
Found a job at the warehouse starting next week.
Still don't care.
We're getting help now. Real help.
Good. You need it.
Will you ever talk to me again? As family?
No. That's done.
I understand. I'm sorry for everything.
Goodbye, Sam. Don't contact me again.
Goodbye, Helen. I'm sorry.
Another rejection letter. No one will hire me.
Don't give up. Someone will take a chance. Keep trying. We have to rebuild.
The gambling support group. It helps sometimes.
One day at a time, that's what they say.
90 days clean today.
I'm proud of you. We'll make it.
Do you miss her?
Every day, but we did this.
Yes, we did.
Together. We'll face it together.
Without gambling. Without lies.
Promise?
Promise? For real this time?
We have to change or we'll lose everything else too.
We already lost everything.
Not each other. Not yet.
Dad, you were right. About everything. The money, the inheritance. I'm sorry I couldn't protect your last wishes. But I understand now why you gave it all away. Why you kept quiet, even when you knew. The bank statements, the withdrawals, you knew they'd never stop. You tried to protect me, one last time, by keeping me away. Goodbye, Dad. I miss you. Every day.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Tiffany, make sure to get me a cake made up and brought to my wedding, please. I am really looking forward to my wedding here soon, so please make it the best cake you've ever seen. What? I already tried calling this really famous pastier to make my cake, but they told me it would be around $3,000. I was in shock at the price until George told me that I could just ask you to take care of the cost and everything. Did you not hear anything about this yet? So far, I've heard nothing about all of that, and asking me to get that wedding cake ready for you right now isn't going to help me any. What? But if you don't have one made up for me, you're not going to be any help. I don't have a whole lot of money right now, so I was hoping you could make a cake that looks just like the one I tried to order. You run a cake store after all, so you can make one just as good, right? It's not that I can't make you a wedding cake. I just happen to have a lot of orders in the system already, so squeezing yours in might be difficult. Your wedding is only in 2 more weeks as well. Please, 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 please make me a cake! This is your cute little niece asking you for this, right? You would love to make a wonderful wedding cake for your niece's wedding, wouldn't you? Of course I'd love to. Ever since your parents both passed away, it's been George and I raising you like you were our own daughter. So the fact that someone who has been like our own daughter is getting married has really got me tearing up a bit. Therefore, I'd really love to make you a wedding cake. That's right. That's totally right. So even if you're really busy right now, you'll be able to have that cake made for me, right? I can try my best. You are my cute little niece daughter after all. Now, as far as the cost of this cake, do you think 200 would be fair to ask for? You're joking, right? You're trying to charge me for that cake now? George told me that I could get the cake for free. That man always loves to say whatever he likes without talking first. I'm sorry, Oliver, but I at least need money to cover the cost of some of the ingredients, or else I can't make you a really good wedding cake. Normally, I charge between $500 to $600 for a cake like this, so me just asking you for $200 seems pretty fair to me. Come on now, you should be giving it to me for free. And weren't you just calling me your daughter? Don't be such a stingy loser asking your own daughter for money. What? George just told me I'd get the cake for free. He also told me that there would be no reason for you to charge me for the cake. Yet now you're asking me to pay $200? Don't be such a jerk. This must mean that you don't love me at all. Why would you think something like that? I never said that I didn't love you. You're lying. You're not happy about my wedding or anything at all right now, are you? You probably think of me as some leftover burden from your brother after he passed away, right? Well, this burden is about to get married and be the happiest woman ever. What are you going on about right now? I have never once thought of you as a burden, Oliver. The reason I've been raising you as my own daughter is because to see me, you're like a gift from my brother and his wife. And I'm really sad that you'll be leaving me after you get married. But seeing you so happy to be the man of your dreams makes me so joyful. Then make me that cake and give it to me for free. If you really love me, you can do that, right? You can pay for whatever ingredients you need to get for that cake. All right already. I guess I'll be making your wedding cake for free now. You are my cute little niece after all, so I'll make some time to get that cake ready. Yahoo! I love you so much, Tiffany. I'll stop by later to give you all the designs I like on that cake. And at the same time, can you make sure to give me all the pre-made meals you'll have for me this week? What? What's wrong? I'm not going to ask you for money or anything, alright? It's not about that. Rather the fact that you want me to make more food for you. I understood doing that for you when you were living alone for a little bit in your apartment, but you're married now, right? You're living with Reese now, so you should have the time to make some food for yourselves, okay? What? That's not gonna happen. I suck at cooking, and you know that. And recently, Reese has been asking me to make something for us to eat. I can't tell him that I suck at cooking now of all times because we just got married. What? Have you been lying to Reese's about your cooking? It's his fault for mistaking what I was giving him as my cooking. I was just handing him off some of the food you made me, and he always complimented me on how good my cooking was. So when the time came that he proposed to me, he told me that he'd love to eat my delicious cooking for the rest of his life. There's no way I can tell him the truth after he said something like that and married me. You're kidding me! So you think that you're just going to continue to feed Reese's my cooking while making it seem like yours for the rest of your life? There's no way you can keep a lie like that going forever. You need to hurry up and tell him the truth right now before it's too late. I know that already. That's why I've been practicing my cooking in secret. Once I've actually improved enough and can cook like you, I'll start to cook for him. Are you really practicing right now? I'm pretty sure you already have your hands full with things like your job and this wedding. And on all your days off, you spend time going out with Reese and dates. And there's no way you have time to be practicing your cooking right now. You just shut up, Tiffany. For the time being, don't do anything that would ruin my life. If you do end up telling him the truth, I'll start praying that my mom and dad up in heaven both come here down and take you with them. What? Now, I'll talk to you later. I look forward to the cake you make for me. Excuse me, George. I'm having to tell you this all the time, aren't I? Not to go out taking orders from me like that, without at least talking with me first. And from what I heard, you've told Oliver that she could get her wedding cake for free from me.
This is the wedding, our cute niece. Even asking for money to pay for ingredients would be a sin when it comes to family.
You don't even understand how difficult it is to make a wedding cake, so don't even start with me right now, mister. If you think you can start offering my work for free, then you get your butt in this kitchen and start helping with the cakes.
What?
I've had it up to here with you, George. Not only have you been doing things like this to me, but you left your job without asking me first and have been sitting around the house all day ever since. If you have all the time to do nothing but watch TV and scroll through your phone, then I'm going to have you come here and start working for me. And even if you suck at making cakes, I have plenty of other chores that you could be doing here.
Screw you. I went through with quitting my job already, so why should I have to start working again now? I was being kind by going out of my way to get that cake order from our niece. So it's time for you to start listening to me a bit more after doing that for you.
What the hell are you talking about? I never said I needed you to get that order from her without asking me for permission first. And what is this about your cute niece being so important to you now? I don't ever remember you doing anything to help me raise her, like looking after her or doing the chores at home. And when it came to paying for her, you said that it was me who asked her to come into our home, so I was responsible for all the money that she costs. And that's why I have never even got a penny from you or her. However, even with all of that going on behind the scenes, you've continued to act like you're such a caring uncle to her.
Shut up. I'm tired of listening to you whine. Now just do something about that cake for her. And I'm not helping you with Jack.
Sorry for calling you right before your wedding, Oliver. I've just had some troubles finding where I should be sitting. I've tried asking some of the staff here to help me out, but they don't see me on their seating charts. It looks like there's been some kind of mistake, so could you please do something about this? I'm sorry, Tiffany. I totally forgot to text you about this, but there's no seat for you at my wedding, so could you please get out of here now? What? Why is there no seat here for me? George has a seat and everything. Man, I was having such a hard time thinking about this right before my wedding. But in the end, I decided that I wanted my wedding to be only for my family and friends. So I made sure to get rid of your seat here since you're not family or anything. What? I'm your family though, right? I have been raising you like my daughter forever now. Huh? All you've been is my foster mother, right? In other words, you've been like the family's old maid. Nothing to do with my actual family. What? I have been raising you like my own daughter for the past 20 years though, right? And I'm thankful for all of that, but I have never ever thought of you as part of my actual family. What did you say? I also have Reese's and his family now, so I'll be alright after today. I have no use for you anymore, Tiffany, so go away now. I only asked for my family and friends to be here today. You're not part of my guests, Tiffany. Then why does George have a seat here? He's not only my husband, but he's not even related to you by blood in any way. George is totally fine being here because he gave me a whole lot of money to celebrate my wedding. What? He gave me $5,000 as a present, Tiffany. He's such a wonderful uncle, right? Completely different from an old hag like you that wanted to take $200 of mine for that cake. Ha! I guess there was no hope for you then, being swept away by a man like him just because he weighed $5,000 in front of your eyes. I've probably put in close to $150,000 now raising and supporting you, but really, all you wanted was the money as a present for your wedding? I guess I should have kept all that money to myself and only gave it to you today so that I'd be able to have a seat here. Stop it with all that annoying whining and get lost already. This wedding is starting really soon, you know. You're really such a brat. I put in a lot of work getting that cake ready for you and everything so that we could all enjoy it today. Do you still even want the cake that I brought? Or do you really want me to just leave it here for someone as selfish as you and leave without saying anything at least? I totally forgot about that cake you were making for me. We already have a different cake here now, so we don't need yours anymore. Are you kidding? You got another cake? How did you pay for that when you were the one asking me to make one for you for free? Actually, I went ahead and made a cake for the wedding myself. There has been this video going around online lately of this wife who made her husband a cake for their wedding, and he was crying tears of love and joy. I wanted to do the same thing for Reese's, and so I did my very best to make the wedding cake for today. What? You can't even cook, so how did you bake a cake of all things? Cooking is pretty difficult for me, but baking is just following the instructions, right? I also had a lot of experiences watching you make all your cakes when I was younger. So I may have not have made any cake myself before, but I remembered all the things you did and used that to make my own. What? You always made it look so easy cooking all your cakes, so I just had to give it my all and was able to achieve the same cake you can. You were able to put in the effort to make a wedding cake for today because of the excitement you had watching that video? Are you sure the cake you made is really alright? For a beginner, I like to think the cake is magnificent. I think it'll be enough to get Reese's to stop over its beauty and his love for me. Guess I'll just have to keep watching these online videos, and I can do anything for him. So you really don't need the wedding cake I made for you? I made that cake with a lot of love while I was so busy having to handle so many other orders. I didn't even get much sleep last night because I had to put all the finishing touches on your cake. Go home and eat that cake all by yourself. Ah, and by the way, today, I'm cutting ties with you. What? I mean, I did an amazing job making this cake all by myself, right? Which means I really do not need you anymore because I should be able to cook by myself as well. I don't need you making food for Reese's and I anymore, okay? So really, I don't need you in my life anymore. I have put my blood and sweat into raising you and this is how you end things? I guess that's the way you've really been thinking about me all this time. I'm finally able to cut ties with a stranger like you. Now take that wedding cake you made and get lost. Alright then. Goodbye forever. Get lost already. I don't need you in my life anymore. Then I'll do as you've asked and get out of your life for good. But prepare yourself, Oliver. There's no way someone as selfish and heartless as you will be able to live a happy life for much longer like this. And I'm telling you right now that both your parents up in heaven are pissed at you. Out of all the days you've been around me, you're choosing a day like today to preach to me like this? I don't want to hear about it anymore, Tiffany. Now shut your mouth and screw off. I'm sorry to say this, but I plan to live the rest of my life in Reese's arms. Help me, Tiffany! Reese's is not doing well at all right now. He took a bite of my cake and soon after he collapsed. Why? I made this cake exact the same way you were and everything. I even took a taste of the cake after I made, and it was delicious. So why did he collapse and pass out like that? What the hell's wrong with your recipe? Are you serious? Did you use eggs in the cake? Huh? Everyone uses eggs in their cakes, right? And based off what I always saw you doing, you put more eggs than the average recipe asked for. What the hell are you doing, you dumbass? Your freaking husband is deathly allergic to eggs! No wonder he's passed out after eating the cake you just made! What? Reese's allergic to eggs? Why the hell are you surprised by something like that when he's your husband? You were the one who told me he was allergic to eggs, right? You told me that he was deathly allergic to them and to keep them out of the cake. He's even been to our house before dinner, right? That's when I first learned he couldn't have any eggs and made sure to always cook him dishes that he could eat. I've even stopped using eggs in most of the dishes I could for myself. I completely forgot! I had always been feeding him the food you made for me and totally forgot about the fact that he could never eat eggs. I know I told you to not use any eggs in the cake as well, but I forgot that I even said that to you. Wait! That cake is being eaten by the rest of the people there as well, right? Yes! I made that cake large enough for everyone to have a slice of it. I even made some smaller ones with the leftover I had for the kids here. So everyone is going to be eating cake with eggs in it now? That's right. I made it using your recipe, and the same goes for the smaller cakes. Tell them all to stop eating the cake right now. George and some of Reese's families are all allergic to eggs as well. If they all start to eat it, everyone's going to be in trouble. What? What should I do? What should I do? Oh God, I can hear more people screaming out here right now. You call 911 right now and get paramedics to that wedding. I don't think George had his EpiPen on him, and I'm not sure about the others. They need medical help right now.
I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday. I've finally been able to breathe again and was just let out of the hospital.
I'm sorry myself for what Oliver went and did to everyone.
I never thought that someone who knew about me having a terrible allergy to eggs would make me a cake filled with them. I'm in shock right now just thinking about it, and it's not just that which I'm in shock by. It seems as though you've always been the one cooking food for Oliver, and I eat it, right? The fact that she's hidden that fact from me this whole time.
So you found out about that as well, huh?
Oliver told me everything after what she did to me. I was completely fooled.
Actually, I only just learned about that recently myself. I told her to tell you the truth the moment she opened up to me about it, but Oliver didn't listen to me, it seems.
I don't blame you for any of this, Tiffany, so please don't feel bad about it. I'm the one who's sorry right now about not realizing all of this going on a lot sooner. I'm sure it was very tough for you, not only having to have to cook for your husband and you, but for another couple as well. And from what I also heard, it does not seem like Oliver was paying you at all for all that food.
Well, it sure wasn't easy having to do all that while also running a cake shop.
You did all that for both Oliver and I, yet she still chose to kick you out of our wedding. You even made that cake for us for free, yet she forced you to leave. When I heard all of this from her after waking up, I felt like passing out again.
I am so very sorry about what that girl has done to you.
You do not have to apologize for the actions of another grown woman. Now I just want to let you know, from here on out, I'm planning on breaking things off with Oliver.
And I completely understand that after what she did to you.
The only thing though, by leaving her, I'll also be leaving you. I'm really sorry that things have to come to this, Tiffany. But if you are okay with staying in touch, even after the divorce, I'd love that very much.
What?
My allergy has always been behind, why I've never really enjoyed eating anything. But what you have been making for me was always so delicious. Especially your sweets. That's a very hard feat, considering most sweets require eggs, right? Well, all of those things you made for me really moved me and have left me wanting more and more. Do you think you can teach me some of those recipes sometime?
If you really love my cooking that much, then I'd be happy to. When things have calmed down a bit, let's start working on that. I'll make sure to set aside some time for you and teach you all the eggless recipes I know.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Now I need to start settling things with Oliver. I'll talk to you later.
What am I going to do, Tiffany? Reese's wanting to leave me now. That's what you freaking get. Had you been another second late on calling 911, he might not even be alive anymore. Why would you say something so mean? At a time like this, you should be comforting your family. What was that? Family? We're family again? I thought you already cut ties with me. Did you forget that too? Huh? Well, now you've been reminded of what you said to me, so don't ever talk to me again now. Goodbye. Wait. After being divorced, I'm getting kicked out of Reese's house. It's fine for me to move back in with you guys now, right? That's the only house I have left to move into now. I'm sure that George would love to have me back in that house, right? George isn't here anymore, Oliver. Him and I got divorced. What? This is what happens when we get tied to one another. After what happened before your wedding with him, always acting so selfishly, it really got me thinking about our future. I decided that I'd really not enjoy the latter years of my life living with a man-child like him, so I said that we were getting a divorce. What? Were you guys really that upset with one another all the time? Things may have seemed fine when you were around us, but behind the scenes, I've been fed up with him for a long time. He was the one that always said he had to take care of you since you were my niece, but then never did a single thing to help out when raising you. I was also having to take care of him and all of his allergies, yet he never once thanked me for my cooking and would always go to bed right after eating. I can't imagine what life would be like with him in my 60s, 70s, 80s. So where's George right now? I can't really say where he's ran off to. He's not my family after all. No way! Then where should I go home to? How about you text him and ask if he would let you stay in his place? But I'm sure with George being the child that he is, he won't want to share whatever place he's found with you. And as we all know, you try to kill him at your wedding. Tiffany, I'm really sorry for all the rude things I've said to you before. I apologize to you for the rest of my life if you like, as long as you let me stay at your house. No thanks. Now I have to start working on some cakes here, and will have to put my phone down in order to do so. Goodbye forever. I'm sure even without anyone to rely on now, you'll figure something out. You have your mom and dad protecting you from heaven after all. Oliver ended up finding out where George went and went out to him asking for help. But as I had said, he was no longer going to let her be with him, and even told her that after trying to kill him with that wedding cake, he would be trying to get a settlement from her for the damages she caused. However, Oliver wasn't going to pay him anything, saying that he wasn't even the one who raised her all those years and that it was only me that put any time, effort, and money into her. They both had been fighting it out for a while now, going at each other's throat over who should be held responsible for everything. And because of that, the gap has only grew larger because the both of them and between them and the rest of the family. As for what happened with myself after all of that, I started to work together with Reese, making more allergy-free cakes and sweets at my cake shop. And only a few weeks after launching my new line of allergy-free cakes and sweets, I've already become a hit in the town and with people who are outside the city limits. I never saw a partnership like this happening with Reese, but because of him, my store has grown even more, and I have only him to thank for all of that.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey, Hillary. You have got some serious explaining to do. I mean, seriously, what do you have to say for yourself? You call this lunch? You know that I hate mushrooms. Why did you pack me these nasty, slimy things in my lunch, huh?
Oh, wait. You don't like mushrooms? I'm really sorry, Rachel. I had no idea about that at all until today. I really didn't know that you didn't like mushrooms at all. Actually, your mom and some of her friends just had a bunch from their gardens and gave me some, so I thought I would use them. Although now that I know that, I was actually making a nice mushroom stew for dinner tonight.
Oh no, are you kidding me? You mean there's going to be more of these? Oh my god, why is my life always so hard? This isn't fair, they are so disgusting.
I'm really sorry for the mix-up, but I've already started cooking the dinner since it was going to take a few hours to stew everything and get it ready. I really had no idea that you didn't like mushrooms, but if you really hate them this much, maybe you can just make your own dinner tonight.
Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? Are you trying to starve me right now? Not only did you basically try to poison me with these nasty little things in my lunch, but now you tell me that if I don't eat your stew, then I go to bed hungry? What did I do to make you hate me so much? Seriously, what is the matter with you?
Rachel, please. I think you are being just a little bit unreasonable. Of course I don't hate you, and I certainly didn't do any of this on purpose or with any kind of intention. I just didn't know that you hated mushrooms so much.
You really expect me to believe that? We've been living together in the same house for 3 years already. Are you really trying to make me buy that you don't know what I do and don't like? Honestly, you're just a little parasite living off of all of us, you know that?
Please don't talk to me like this. I really don't think that I did anything to deserve you saying these kinds of things. Please don't call me names like that.
Why shouldn't I? I'm just telling the truth, aren't I? You're a parasite and I'm just calling it how I see it. If you don't like it, then maybe you shouldn't be one. I mean, you used to work for a huge company and be really successful, but the moment you married my brother, you decided to quit. You just forced all of the work on my brother while you live the life of a pampered housewife. I don't see how you're anything but a parasite.
I already explained to you that I changed my job recently and that I've been working from home. I'm not a housewife. I just have my job at the house now. I work full-time, you know.
Oh, please. I know that isn't true at all. How are you going to sit there and try to tell me that you work when you just sit at home on your computer all day? I know that you don't actually work at all. You just try and make my poor brother do everything for you, you leech. I still just don't get why he won't divorce you yet.
I asked you to please stop calling me things like parasite and leech.
You know, if you're not going to go anywhere all day and just be at home, the least you could do is keep the place clean for us. You need to realize that you're only being allowed to live here at the mercy of my family.
But I already do a lot for everyone here. I mean, I get up early in the morning so that I can make everyone's lunches. I feel like I do more than just my share around here. In fact, I would really like it if you actually stepped up a bit more and helped out around the house. You know, when you talk to me like this, it really makes me not want to cook for you all anymore.
Ugh, I seriously just can't believe you. You really are just the worst. You know that? You don't have any right to talk to me like that as long as you're just living off my brother's hard work. The life you have is all thanks to him, and this is how you treat a sister? You need to understand that you are nothing but a freeloader here. Weren't you raised to show any kind of gratitude at all? Tell me, are your parents just as bad as you are?
Okay, hold it right there. Now, I don't like you calling me names one bit, but I do draw the line at you bringing my parents into this. Do you understand? I am not going to stand for you insulting them.
Well, if you don't want me talking about your parents, maybe you should in such a way that I don't have to resort to that. Honestly, I don't know why we let you bum around here when you contribute nothing. You are just a burden on all of us.
Ugh, I can't take it anymore. I am seriously at my limits with your sister. I don't think I can stand to live with her another day. She is seriously pushing me way too far.
Whoa, 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 hold on. What is this all about? Did Rachel do something to upset you?
Of course she did. She is always trying to pick on me, but lately it has gotten a lot worse. And today she seriously crossed some lines for me. She was calling my parents stupid, Toby. My parents! And she kept going on about how I don't do anything around here and how I wasn't raised right.
Wow, did you really say that? That really is taking things way too far. I mean, she had already been taking things far, but that is just too much.
I just don't get why she can't leave me alone. Who does she think she is to talk to someone like that? She is so rude. I mean, if she has any right to tell me that I don't help out around the house, she's living in our house and she doesn't lift a finger to help.
Wow, I seriously just don't even know what to say to all of that. I am so sorry that you've had to put up with her and her attitude, Hillary. I'll try talking to her, explain the situation in a way that she can understand it, okay? Let me try and handle this while you process everything, okay?
But Toby, how many times have you told me that you were going to talk to her and nothing has changed? I know that you mean well and that she's your sister, but things haven't gotten better for me at all.
I know, but, I mean, please, just let me try one more time.
I don't think you say enough to her. You just let her off with warning after warning. Speaking of, have you even talked to your sister recently? I haven't really seen you stepping in and calling her out on things we talked about.
Well, I do my best, but I can't force her to change. I mean, she just started looking for jobs in March, you know? I'm sure that she's just feeling a lot of pressure right now and that she's lashing out emotionally at others. But she isn't a bad person. She's just really stressed out.
I get that looking for a job can be stressful. I also changed my job not that long ago, remember? But I really don't think that that excuses any of her actions, and I'm shocked that you would try and justify the way she's been treating your own wife. What does her looking for a job have to do with me being called a so-called freeloader? I mean, she knows that I work from home. You have told her that I work from home and that I'm the only one who works, right?
Of course I haven't told her that I don't work. I haven't told her anything like that at all.
Are you serious? Toby, I thought that we talked about this. We promised that you would talk to her.
But she's my sister. I'm her older brother. She's looked up to me ever since we were kids. I can't let her know that I don't have a job when my wife does. Think of how it would break her heart if she found out about the truth.
So you're really going to prioritize protecting your own pride over telling the truth to help your wife? I really can't believe that you want to do something as silly as that when you know the kind of pain it's going to cause me. Is this why you haven't been more strict with her?
Well, I'm her brother. I can't be strict here. I still want her to like me. Besides, it isn't like my parents are going to let her leave with them again.
That's right, because they were also sick of dealing with Rachel's attitude, isn't that right? But you don't mind if I'm getting the brunt of it instead. You know, I've been thinking about moving back in with my parents.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Please don't do that. I mean, who's going to provide for me if you're not here?
If you're really that worried about that, then I'm giving you one last chance to talk with your sister and set things right or else. Promise me that this time you absolutely will talk to Rachel and tell her never to call me a freeloader or anything like that ever. Got it?
Okay, yes, I got it loud and clear. I swear I'll talk to her, and then none of this is going to happen again.
I am serious about this, Toby. This is your final chance. If things don't improve, then I'm going to go back and live with my parents, and that is that.
What the heck is a squash doing in my lunch today, huh? Are you serious? You must seriously be trying to starve me or something. I hate squash. Why are you trying to feed it to me?
What do you mean? I thought you liked it. When we went to that sushi restaurant and they had the squash tempura, you seemed to really like it, remember? I remember you saying that you thought it was tasty.
I'm sorry. Did you bread and deep fry the squash? No, you didn't. It's just nasty, boiled, squishy squash. Why do you think I would ever want to eat this?
I guess I just thought that you might have liked it in any form.
Honestly, you are just so useless. Why don't you know what I like and don't like yet? What is your problem, huh? I would have thought you would have learned by now, but you haven't seemed to have gotten it at all.
Rachel, I think that you and I talked about this not that long ago, right? If you are worried about getting food that you won't like in your lunches, then you should go ahead and make your own lunches. I'm not your mom, and this isn't a hotel, okay?
Oh, I know you're not her. At least she could cook. But once again, you're getting your place because you're nothing but a lousy, no-good freeloader. And if you think I'm going to sit here and take that kind of take from a parasite like you, you've got another thing coming. Why don't you just leave Toby and I alone already? If you're going to be so useless, there's no point in us keeping you around at all anyways.
Excuse me? Are you serious? Do you think that's any way to talk to me?
Listen, I am the sister of your husband, got it? That means it's your job to learn what I do like and what I don't like. It is really that simple. Also, you should know that I already reached out to talk to your parents earlier. I told them how useless you were at home and what a lousy wife and sister-in-law you are. I asked them if this is the kind of person they raised.
Wait, hold on right there. Did you seriously call my parents and talk to them, Rachel?
Of course I did. And I let them know all about what a lousy person you were in every single way. I also made sure to let them know that you're nothing but a parasite in this house, living off the work of your poor husband. I asked them to tell me how they raised you that you turned out like this.
I don't believe this. Honestly, just who do you think you are? You have got some nerve calling my parents and talking to them just to say that kind of crap.
Well, I think that your parents were glad to know the kind of person their daughter had become. They were crying so hard and apologizing to me over and over again. They told me to tell you that you were welcome to go back there at any time. You see, we don't need you here, and your parents gave you an open invitation, so just leave already. I don't need a useless little worm like you in the house anymore.
Excuse me? What did you just call me? Seriously, what is your problem?
Just having to see your stupid face around the house every day is enough to seriously piss me off. You have no idea how hard I work every day trying to find a job, and yet you just rub your easy, cushy life in my face every single day. I can't stand having to live in the same house with you. Just knowing that we breathe the same air is enough to drive me crazy.
I get that you're stressed about finding a job, but this is so much more than taking out your stress on someone else. You were just looking for someone to bully, and you chose me without even knowing anything about me.
Excuse me? Is the little tapeworm trying to get all uppity again? Did you really forget your place again? I want you out of here. Out! All you do is eat our food and take up space. I wish my brother would just divorce you already. You weren't worthy of living with him.
All right, then fine. If that's how you want it, I guess I'll just stop paying your tuition then.
What do you mean? You don't pay my tuition.
I also talked to my parents, and my mom said that she would be more than happy if I went home to live with them. I might just move out tonight.
Hold on. Seriously? What are you talking about? Why did you bring up my tuition? What does my going to college have to do with this at all? I mean, my parents pay my tuition, so I have no clue what you're on about.
They did for the first year of your degree, yes. But after that, your dad ended up losing most of his savings and wasn't able to continue supporting you. I mean, why do you think he asked you not to live in the dorms after your first year?
Hold on. What are you saying? Why do you think my dad lost all of his money?
Well, since I'm about to leave, I guess I can finally spill all of the beans to you. Your dad wanted to keep this from you, but he actually lost all of his money in an investment scam. After that, there was no way he could afford to keep sending you to school. He came to me and asked if I could do anything to help take care of the situation.
Hold on, no way. That can't be right. You're not serious, are you? My dad got scammed? And I had no idea about it? That's why he suggested that I move in with Toby. I thought he suggested it because it was really close to campus. Besides, Toby was the one who invited me to come and live with you guys.
That was all just a farce so that you wouldn't suspect that anything was actually wrong. But you know, for being a college student, you were kind of slow to notice this on.
It was all a farce? This has to be some kind of joke.
That's right. I mean, we basically live a short bus ride away from your campus. Your dad didn't suggest that you move back home because they were already having enough financial trouble. But he also wanted to ensure that you didn't find out about what had happened. So he planned with Toby to convince you to move in with us.
I don't believe this. They all lied to me and I had no idea about it at all.
I was against it, of course. Although you probably could have guessed that. I also guessed that once you found out it might upset you and that it would have been better just to be honest about things. But Toby said that as your older brother and eldest child, it was his job to do this. I said okay, and then you moved in. I was hoping that things would be fine after that, but you got it in your head that I was some kind of freeloader here, despite explaining to you over and over again that I work from home. In fact, for your information, I pay for everything in this house.
You pay for everything? What do you mean by that? That can't be right. Toby pays for everything and you do nothing.
That just isn't true. The truth is that I pay for your school. I pay for our food. I pay for the roof over our heads. It all comes out of my salary. And just so you know, I make $300,000 a year.
What? You make that much money? That can't be. That's a huge amount of money. How can you make $300,000 a year? You've got to be lying to me. There's no way that a job you do from home can pay that much.
Well, it's the truth. Not to toot my own horn, but I make bank.
Wait a second, I got it. I know what's going on. You've got to be a scammer, right? That's why you have the big computer, the lights, the camera, and that's why you were playing games from so early in the morning.
Oh, so close and yet so far. No, I am not a streamer. I'm actually a programmer.
You're a programmer? As in, like, a computer programmer?
That's right, a computer programmer. And it wasn't long after Toby and I got married that I was offered this amazing job from a famous video game company and took it. Although because the company is based overseas and there's a time difference, I end up having to wake up early to work. I imagine that the times you were watching me play video games were the times I was actually testing them. I program same games and I do quality checks on games that others have made.
And this foreign company is willing to pay you $300,000 a year for that kind of work? Work that you don't even show up at an office to do? Of all the jobs that I was looking at, the highest salary I could get coming in was just $2,000 a month.
And here you thought I was just doing whatever I wanted at home all day long. I tried to tell you that I had a real full-time job, but you just wouldn't listen.
But I still don't get it. That can't be. I mean, I understand that you have a job and that you make money, but I still don't get what it was that you were paying my college tuition. I mean, if my dad couldn't afford to pay it, then why wouldn't that fall to Toby to pay it?
Oh, right. Good question. I almost forgot to tell you. I actually have another surprise for you. The truth is that Toby is unemployed and has been for a while now.
Wait. My older brother doesn't have a job and he hasn't for some time? What do you mean by that?
You summarized it pretty neatly there, actually. But yes, I think this is year 3 of him not working. I think he gave up looking after the first year, though, so when your dad came to us for help, I was the only one with any income.
What? This isn't making any sense. I mean, how could my brother not have a job? For 3 years? That means that he didn't even have one when I moved in here.
That's right. And it was even before your father got scammed. He's been out of a job for a long, long, long time.
I don't believe this. This is all too much taken at once. This is just crazy.
I know. Your brother really is quite the piece of work, isn't he? He kept going on and on about how it was his job as the older brother, the eldest son, whoever else to protect his family. But he doesn't actually contribute anything. Oh, and by the way, your brother actually fell for the same scam that your father did.
You mean to tell me that both my older brother and my father fell for the exact same scam?
Apparently, your dad did see some returns the first time, and so he invited Toby to invest with him. And that's when the scammer decided to strike. It's actually quite smart if you think about it. Let someone think they're making money so that they invite others to invest. And when you have several people's money, then you take it all. I guess neither of them must have thought anything suspicious of it though, because they practically went in with all their savings. For Toby, that meant the last of the savings that he was living off of since quitting his job.
That can't be true. Please tell me that this is all some kind of giant joke or something. No way this is happening. So then not only is my brother jobless, but he's also penniless?
That's right. Although he told me about the scam after we had already agreed to take you in. I remember not knowing what to think at all when I got home and he sat me down that night and explained that I'd be paying for everything. I remember being in shock and calling his parents to ask if it was true, and that's when I found out that it all was.
That's just terrible. How could he do that to you? Not just my brother, how could my family put you in a position like that?
It was very hard on me, but it was even harder knowing that as I was doing everything for your family, that you would be at home always insulting me.
But no, This is all just one big misunderstanding. You don't get it.
So I guess you finally understand the kind of stress that I've been dealing with ever since the day we took you in, right?
But I didn't have any idea of what was going on. Please don't be like this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not know that for the past few years, I was fitting all of your tuition for you without so much as a thank you from anyone? And that all the while I was doing that for you, you were screaming at me and harassing me, telling me to divorce your brother and get out of the house. Well, now I'm afraid that I have no choice but to leave now. It's just too bad that you had to kick me out before I could finish paying for everything.
Oh no. What should I do? What should I do? I still have a whole year of schooling to pay for. But now I know that neither my dad nor my brother have any savings or jobs or anything left to their names.
Yeah, that is basically what it sounds like. But anyways, it sounds to me like you have some serious chats to have with your family now. Given the time of day, I would guess that all of them are probably at the casino gambling away what little they do have as we speak.
Wait, why would they be gambling? I don't get it. Aren't they not even supposed to have any jobs?
That's right. At first, they were all telling me that they were out looking for work, but it wasn't long before I found out the truth. Apparently, no one wanted to take a job that paid less than their old job. That or they wanted to work at some huge corporation and wouldn't settle for anything they considered too small. Instead, they thought they could turn their fortunes around by gambling.
So even my dad was stupid enough to act this way? I just don't even know what to say. This is so ridiculous.
I know that it may be hard to believe, but you can go and check this all out for yourself. Anyways, I'm going to start packing things so that I can move out.
What is the matter with you? Why would you tell Rachel everything? Don't you realize what you've done? She burst into the casino and started yelling at us and caused a whole scene. She was crying, kept crying until even my parents were.
And just what is wrong with me telling the truth to her, huh? You were the one who broke your promise to me. I told you to talk to Rachel and tell her not to call me a leech anymore. That was all that you had to do. But you were so worried about your pride that you couldn't even do that.
What kind of way is that to talk to your husband? Seriously, just who do you think you are? You get back home and apologize to me right this instant. I'm serious. Do you think that just because you make a little money that you can treat people this way?
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I've actually already left the house and I don't plan on coming back anytime soon either. You can wait for me there as long as you like, but I won't be around.
What are you talking about? Are you kidding me?
By the way, I left the divorce papers on the living room table, so if you could sign those for me, that would be just great.
Hold on a second. What are you saying? You can't be serious, right? I mean, you want a divorce? That can't be right.
Well, wow. Thank goodness that I make $300,000 a year. You think I care if I lose you as a husband? Of course I can lose you, so just sign them already.
Wait, no! Please don't do this to me. Please don't divorce me. I couldn't handle that. Please, let's just talk this out. I know that we can make this work. I can change. I promise. Please, change your mind.
Hillary, are you there? Please answer me. I really need to talk to you right now. I just really want you to come back, please. My school is threatening to kick me out. You have to come back and pay for my school. Please don't make me leave. You can still get me out of this mess. There's still time.
Is it really such a big deal? I mean, you only have one more year of tuition left to pay. Surely you can afford to pay at least that much, right? It's what, $10,000? Surely there would be a bank willing to loan you that much.
But I don't want to lend from a bank. I mean, I will never be able to pay the interest off on that. There is no way that I could try and take a loan for that much. And since my dad and brother are broke, it isn't like I can turn to family to try and get that kind of money. I don't know what to do. If I really want to take out that kind of money, I'll probably have to turn to a loan shark or something like that. Please, you have to loan me the money. I'm begging you.
You have got to be kidding me. Are you being serious right now? Do you really think that I would give you that kind of money or ever want to help you after the way you treated me? You have got some serious growing up to do, you know that? Besides, there are plenty of places that would lend you that much money, no doubt.
But I already tried asking around for a place to lend me that much, and I was rejected every single time.
Wait, what? You were rejected for a loan like that to finish your studies? But why? Did something happen?
Well, apparently my mom actually took out several credit card companies in my name, and maxed out every single one. So it's all thanks to her that I won't be able to get a loan from anywhere no matter how hard I tried. I've basically been blacklisted.
Wow. Well, that is just horrible, isn't it? There was a time when I thought that your mom might have been the one of your family who wasn't quite as bad, but she might have actually been the worst member of your family. There isn't a single person you can trust in your family, is there?
But now you understand the awful hand that I've been dealt, right? You have to do something to help me. You can't just leave me like this. None of this was really my fault. I didn't know anything, so you have to forgive me. Please, you're the only one who can help me. I don't have anywhere else I can turn to, as you can see.
Look, you can try to beg and plead with me all you want, but that fact is that Toby and I are divorced. I mean, we're not even sister-in-laws anymore. The fact is that you're nothing to me, and I have less than no reason to help you.
I don't get it. You can't be serious, right? Please don't be like this. I really need your help. You're all that I have left. I mean, we lived together for 3 whole years. We're friends, aren't we? Isn't that worth anything?
You know, in those whole 3 years, for every single one of those 1,095 days, I can't think of a single happy memory that I have with you.
Please? I didn't mean any of it. I didn't know. You can't treat me like this. I'm so close to graduating.
I already told you that I wouldn't help you, and that is final. Just be thankful that you still have your family. I'm sure all of you can work together and figure something out. After that, I returned to live with my family and was able to really focus on my career. A while after I moved back in, my parents told me about the call that they got from Rachel. They just couldn't believe that that was the girl that I lived with for 3 years. When they got that call, they felt so bad for me and couldn't wait for me to move back in with them. Apparently, they were so worried for me that they were moved to tears. The last time I heard about Rachel, she had apparently taken a year off to raise money in order to pay for school and finish her degree. But try as she might, she was never able to make enough to pay for her school, her family's debts, and the credit cards taken out in her name. She never was able to return to school, so I heard. I also heard that after I left, things got much worse with her family. Toby blamed his parents for his divorce, and they in turn blamed him for not having better control over his wife. The nightly fights grew so loud that all the neighborhood could hear them. They also only spent more and more time at the casino. They would fight, then all run off to the casino when they got worn out.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.